Hi, it's Pastor Gordon Douglas with today's word from the Word. You'll notice I'm wearing glasses because we're going to do a couple days surrounding the idea of vision, blindness. What do you see? But I'm also wearing a t shirt that says Silent Service. I got it up in Groton, Connecticut, one of my favorite places. It's a submarine base. I got to speak there twice. Remember the hunt for Red October? That's there. They have a sign there that says not just Silent Fleet, but the unseen fleet. Submarines don't want to be seen, but they want to see the enemy. And to see the enemy, they use that periscope. Remember that goes up and they got to look around, little tiny circle in all the black and white movies. Their vision is very limited. And that's really my main theme for this talk as we kick off this series, is that we only see in part. Many of our families are now using these little videos for their family devotions, and some of the children may not know the story about the blind men and the elephant. A bunch of blind men went up to an elephant, each one at a different part, and they thought they were seeing with their hands something different. One felt the sharp, pointy tusk and thought it was a spear. One felt that trunk and thought it was a big fire hose. One felt the side of the elephant and thought he was standing at a wall. One wrapped his arm around that big leg and thought it was a tree trunk. One climbed up top and was touching that big floppy ear, thought it was a fan. And one at the back, he saw that tail whipping around with his hands, and he thought it was like a big rope. None of them saw the whole elephant. And it's just part of the message because we only see in part. That phrase is found twice in 1 Corinthians 13. Now we know 1 Corinthians 13, if you know your Bible, it's the love chapter. Love doesn't do any wrong, bears no record of wrong, always endures all things, hopes all things, a wonderful description of love. But in there is a reminder in two different verses that we only know in part. We see in part. So in the midst of everything that's going around, I'm not like a lot of the things that I've been seeing. And I just want to encourage you, when you hear people with different opinions, like some of my friends, they think this virus is horrible and it's going to destroy the world. And of course it's bad that some people are dying and get sick. And I have other friends that are just terrified that the government is taking over, that our Constitution is just being completely disregarded and our rights are being taken away and trillions of dollars are just being thrown. Well, who's going to pay for that? It is a threat to our existence as a nation. There are some people who truly see this as the end of the world, where others like me see this as the beginning of the world's greatest revival, where millions, if not billions, are going to come to the Lord. So what do you see? And how do you express that? I want you to remember the parable of the elephant and the blind man. Before you speak out on Facebook or something else, use those ears and seek to listen. As that old proverb says, seek to understand before you get to be understood. And remember, you only see in part. Learn from others so that we can get the whole picture. Seek for truth. I'm not saying there's different truths, but seek to understand so that you have a better understanding. See the big picture. That's today's word from the Word. More tomorrow. God bless.